Good morning, campers. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Where am I? This does not look like Black Rock City. Apparently it is. Savage, savage, savage. Okay, so plenty of other players around doing this. We are on, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're on the Yosemite Bush Trip. Let's get my trim set for takeoff, and let's check our nav log. Say goodbye to Black Rock City and head northwest once you're in the air. Pick up the area's main road again and follow it. You'll soon be rewarded with a view of Hualapai Flat. Cut across the northwestern corner, and you'll discover a swampy network of pools known as the Fly Geyser. Nice and long. I assume the Fly Geyser is this. Once past the geyser, follow the heading towards a deep creek bed, inviting you to follow it into the surrounding mountains. This, I assume. Tracking the creek for a short distance, you'll find the water's fork around one of the foothills. Choose the northbound flow. Continue along the contours of the creek bed. Eventually, you'll be led onto a grassy plain. Behold the hills ahead of you, and opposing them on the other side of the valley, a cliff face. Follow the heading across the hills, and eventually you'll find Route 447 running toward the northeast, leading you toward a mountainous rise on the eastern side of the highway. Be on the lookout for another dirt road junction just before it. This is going to be a complicated one. Dirt road will quickly lead to a fort. Okay, this doesn't look like a runway to me, but I guess it is. That's going to be a hard one to find. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lackerman Airstrip. I've got to figure out where this is before we take off. No one's trying to land here, right? Nope. Cool. Black Rock City. Okay. Okay, there's that. And this. Duck Lake. Okay, well, that airport is not on my map, but the ranch is. So, let's open Google Maps and zoom in on where that ranch is located. Nevada, Reno, Pyramid Lake, Gerlich. Fly Geyser. And found the ranch. Alright. Oh boy, this does not look like a runway. Oh, there it is. Okay, Okay, that's clearly not a runway, but I can see where it could be confused for one. You know, honestly, no, I can't. It's so impossible to see on Google Maps. It clearly has not been used as a runway in ages, but it is, luckily for us, the only patch of green in that entire valley, so that should be findable, I think. Alright, that's State Route 447. So we need to get to 447. Okay, I see here. Alright, I got it. I think we're good. Let's close that out. Let's close this out. I have a pretty good idea of what we're looking at. Let's just throw the throttle to maximum and get off the ground here. There's our tail up. Let's just get off the runway. Trim for Nose up. This is gonna be a fun one. Oh, hey, look, there's some other folks flying the same leg, I would assume. Completing a bush trip without using the Get Me Back on Track feature will award an achievement. I wonder how you reset that. Do you have to, like, start the entire bush trip over again? In order to, Goodbye, Burning Man. Do you have to reset the entire bush trip over again in order to not, have used the Get Me Back on Track feature? Let's just go ahead and release the rudder pedals so they'll stop. I still haven't added a dead zone to that. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, so I think that is the main road that it wants us to follow here. Throttle back a little bit. Once again, I am really just not fond of blasting around at full throttle. Okay, so game's clearly set out a fairly difficult route for us today because we need to get to the other side of those mountains. I absolutely could have just like turned around and gone around. It probably would have been the smarter thing to do to just go around the southern side and pick up the highway because it's the same highway that goes into Gurlich. So could have absolutely just taken down. Let's keep climbing, actually. Throttle up. Actually, you know what? Let's throttle back down to 4,000 and get trimmed for level flight here. Just so that I can return to this point later. Huh? Cool. Throttle up. Climb. No, from right on that. See? Control N. There we go. Okay. Am I on... Have I accidentally autopiloted? No, turn that off. Okay. I did definitely accidentally autopilot there. Which, pretty lucky that didn't just, like, turn me straight into the ground, because my autopilot has been super glitchy today. Fly geyser. Fly geyser. Okay, so I see fly geyser on Google. Alright, so that should be actually like right below us. Dearest Xbox controller, please pop out. Let me control. sit down here. Yeah, pretty sure. Oh, I can't zoom from this. Yeah, so that's definitely Fly Geyser right here, because there's the like road to it from the highway. So that's the geyser. Right there. Alright, so once past the geyser, follow the heading towards the deep creek bed, inviting you to follow me circle. So 2908 is our heading for that one. We're actually going to have to do that one. I'm not entirely sure what it wants me to do on that. Alright, so let's reset our view and... Oh, well, we're kind of already at 2908, aren't we? Actually, we're at... I am turning in the wrong direction, as I always forget that compass is not terribly precise. Let's bring our throttle back to 4,000 RPM. Should have us in a pretty good level flight trim. Oh, pretty close. Just work this out a little bit. We are at a different altitude, so not terribly surprising. That has somewhat changed. There we go. That looks pretty good. Alright, creek bed, creek bed, creek bed. Oh, that looks like a creek bed right there. How long was I supposed to be on that? Heading? 4 minutes, 15 minutes. 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Can I see my map real quick? That's fine. Okay. No, I feel like this is absolutely where it seems to be going to. Boop. So I think what it wants us to do is follow this. So tracking the creek for short distance, find a large fork around one of the foothills, choose northbound flow. Continue along the contours of the creek bed, eventually we let onto a grassy plain. Alright. Grassy plain. Gosh, this is a complicated one. Stop. Wandering eyeballs. Look at all these savage cubs laid out before us. Ooh. Now that looks way more like our creek bed and fork. Okay, yeah, we just found it there. Alright. So from the geyser back here, this is the beginning of the creek. And then it forks around the foothills. Okay, so that's absolutely our route. Whoop. Which is conveniently the same direction that all of these folks are headed. So that does make me feel slightly better about that. What are we looking for after we follow this creek bed? Grassy plain. Eventually, you'll be led into a grassy plain. Behold the hills ahead of you, and opposing them on the other side of the valley, a cliff face. Follow the heading across the hills. Eventually, find 447 running toward the northeast, leading you towards a mountainous rise on the eastern side of the highway. Be on the lookout for another dirt road junction just before. So we need to find Route 447. Stop drifting. Stop drifting, my lovely little plane. All right, let me just get where we are on Google Maps, make sure I'm following this correctly. Found it. Wow, that's really obvious from the air. There's that. Okay, so where's the road? Is that the road? Is that 447? Doesn't look like 447. There's 447. Okay. Alright, alright. I see. I see. There's our cliff. Alright, I know roughly where we are. Got it. Okay. I have learned myself the things we were looking for here. I think. Gosh, I hope I've got this right. If we just like keep going, we will find. Okay, I see Buckhorn Junction on this actually. So yeah, so when this dumps out, we just keep flying in this direction, and then we'll eventually see the road. There's our cliff, I think. And our grassy plain. So we'll actually just kind of aim towards all of these lovely folks that are exactly in the correct direction. Really strongly advise getting activating all players multiplayer before you attempt this, because seeing where everybody else is looking for these runways certainly helps. Certainly helps. What's that? Like some kind of little river down there? Is that on my map? Ooh, it is. Red Mountain Creek. Alright. Cool. It certainly does not look like it has enough water in it to generate a water feature. But, you know, good on the game for giving it a shot. Yeah, that has generated some water in that, hasn't it? Not really. Kind of just a dry riverbed. Interesting color, though. Maybe it happened to have water in it the day that it got photographed for Bing. I've got to be really careful about letting the aircraft drift while I'm checking the maps, because it's really going to ruin my navigation here. Though thankfully Google and Sibber are directly ahead of me, which Google knows best, following the exact same logic I am on how to find this place, is Google Maps. So there's Cliff. Okay, alright. Let's see here. We're gonna keep heading like due west. Please stop going down, plane. Let's just go ahead, throttle up, get a little more altitude here. Gotta get this road. So we're still following roughly the heading that the river behind us dumped us out through that gap. So we're just flying straight this direction, looking for... Okay, we definitely don't want the instrument-only view on this plane. Alright, this view, sitting up higher in the sea. Perfect. That's what I like. It should just like have aimed us directly towards. Ooh, 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 ooh. Enhance. I see road. I see road. I don't know if that's the right road. I don't see a whole ton of roads in this particular landscape. Does look promising though, doesn't it? Is that the correct road? I think that might be the correct road. So that's Fox Mountains to our right. And that makes that... Okay, yes, so this is a navigation fix that I'm picking up from Google Earth. This fork here. So this should be State Route 447, going that way. And if we follow this, and ignore this dirt road is just handy for identifying where we are. If we follow 447, it'll start bending that way, and then the dirt road that we're looking to follow will branch off to the left. Let's keep going. We are making excellent progress here. I think we are going to find this very soon. In fact, I think those two might be landing at the airstrip that we're looking for right now, because they've both gone to very low altitudes and have now snapped to the same position and altitude. So yeah, they look like they're probably on the ground right now. Okay, so follow this road. Alright, so this road should bend to the right and then right again, and then the second right juke, it'll have a dirt road that branches off from it, cuts across the dry lake bed, and then that dirt road will go basically straight to our ranch, which the ranch should be right about where they are. See the little bit of green there? That is very encouraging. Oh, I think I just saw the dirt road I was looking for actually for a moment there. Zoom and enhance. Zoom and enhance. Yeah, there's our dirt road. So dirt road splits off from 447 and then goes straight to our ranch. Perfect. We have so got this. Successful navigation on some surprisingly difficult to follow terrain. Again, for those of you who are not sure, when you find this junction, which has this little like turnaround spot here, this is the road to follow. And you'll find this is like directly out from that that creek through the mountains back there. So we are certainly making progress. So the road bends to the right here. So since I've already got eyes on our dirt road, we're going to kind of aim at that, and then I will just try to show you the junction, Buckhorn Junction, once we fly over that. Excellent progress here, and our cheaty peoples are our navigation fixes are moving on to the next location, so that will mean that we won't have any help finding the runway on the ground. Yeah, they're both back in the air now. That's fine. That's fine. Pretty sure I know which. Yeah, pretty sure I know where this is. We're gonna try and land on this one because this looks more like a runway than this. But if this doesn't trigger the end of leg thing, then we're gonna land on. We're gonna just like taxi over and move to that bit. Hopefully that will work. Hopefully. We will see. Here's our dirt road. Once again, we're following this. So the dirt road junction from 447 is located right about here. Let's just move that up and yeah, so there's the junction, there's Buckhorn Junction and the dirt road that we are to follow to our range. There's our range. The runway should be somewhere around here. A tricky one. I don't suppose this thing tells me what altitude the runway's at, does it? I think I've checked this like a dozen times and it's never given a runway altitude. I feel like I always go back and look for that. Nope, none whatsoever. It's fine. Just fine. Fly it in by eyesight as usual. Hey, look, there's a Dreamliner over to the right. I think Boeing 748, B748. I mean, it might be a. There's 747s in this game. That makes more sense to be a 747. Oh yeah, 747-8. Got it. Yeah, that's probably a 747 then. Okay. Oh, those savage cubs. Alright, there's our lone patch of green in the middle of this deserty bit. So this lake is also a very helpful navigation fix. It doesn't appear to have water in it in real life. Just gonna check that again. Yeah, no, not a drop of water in that on Google. But hey, you know, still useful location fix. So you just like due south of that at this like corner in. Oh, I think I see our runway. Let's. Oh, those might both be counted as runways, honestly. If they're kind of visible from this distance. Why can't I? Alright, I can't look for some reason. Oh, there we go. There we are. Boy, that looks even less like a runway from up here. It's right there, I think. Let's get a closer look. Gosh, this one's got to be one of the hardest ones to see in the yet. Oh my gosh. I know it's here and I still can't see it. Like, it should be... Yeah, it should be right next to this field. Like, the end of it should be... That should be it. Gosh, I'm glad I'm good at Google Maps. I would never have found this following the directions in the game. Would absolutely still be lost. All right, yeah, there's our cross runway. Yeah, so that's our cross runway, so our long runway should be right around here somewhere. Gosh, this one's a hard one. Alright, the cross runway might just be the one to land on. It certainly looks better from the air. Those trees? I think those are trees. Oh boy, that might complicate things. Okay. We've certainly found it. Let's get feet on pedals. Alright, so that's the end of the runway right there, that collection of buildings at the point where those two fields meet. There's the long runway looking straight out from us right now. Alright. That is our landing zone. Oh gosh. That is not ideal. Boy, those trees sure do complicate things, don't they? Alright, let's kill our speed a little bit so I can get some flaps down on this. Flaps. Throttle back up. How's that? That's pretty good. A little more. Bleed a little more speed so I can do some more flaps. There we go. Alright. Now we've got like full flaps, so that means we need more power to stay up because the flaps are slowing us down a lot. Let's begin our left turn. Lost the runway. I think I've regained the runway. Yep, okay, that's it directly in front of me. Okay. Let's aim for that nice big gap in the trees. We just got a long way to roll this down. engineer's got all the time in the world to set this down. Nice, long runway. Gosh, I hope this is the runway. It's going to be real embarrassing if this isn't actually the runway. It looks not at all like a runway from the ground. I'll give you that. Not a good time to load, game. Alright, there's our wheel on the ground. Flaps up. Is that a taxiway sign? That is a taxiway sign. Are you kidding me? Alright, so I guess this is considered two separate runways. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, we've definitely landed at something this game considers an airport. Alright, let's just stop here. Ding? Ding. Alright. That did it. I'm just gonna go jump straight into the next one. We've got another... I've only done 36 minutes of recording in this particular video. Let's just do another one. Next leg, Ravendale. Is there anyone attempting to land behind me? They both look pretty far. So let's... From the airstrip, begin your next leg heading west. You'll find a creek emerging from the hills up ahead. Track with the creek into the mountains. You can transition to a dirt road leading you further. Continue along the dirt road until you see a straight adjoining road running southwest. Follow this new junction road. Alright, creek, dirt road. Oh boy. None of these look like... One road will twist and turn its way south past two small bodies of water on the western side. Once you're over... When the path you're on veers slightly southwest, you'll be on approach for a wide open expanse. Once you're over the plain, you'll follow a stretch of Red Rock Creek running parallel to the road. Is that Red Rock Creek? It is Red Rock Creek. Okay, I've got an eye on this then. Alright, I figured out the route they're sending us down. Yep. Okay. Got it. I've got enough to start, at least. And, oh, that's Ravendale will be just like right there. Cool. Alright, let's just get in here before these other people get here. Don't hit the sign. I can't believe there's signs at this landing strip. Flaps up. There we go. And so the creek that we're following happens to be directly in front of us, which is awfully convenient. So if you do land on that same runway I did, you can do the same thing that I'm doing right now, where you just take off and follow the creek straight through the mountain. So let's whoop. Yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be like a due southwest sort of thing. All right, got a pretty good idea of what to expect here, I think. All right, let's just go ahead and minimize this. Airbus way up ahead of me. There's our dirt road, I think, coming in from the right. Gosh, I wasn't expecting there to be any part of Nevada that was this... I mean, I knew there were parts of Nevada that were this remote, but I wasn't quite expecting to... and especially after the first bit, where we're just literally following US Highway 395 for ages. I was not expecting the kind of backcountry bush flying that this has become, which is, you know, a relief, because this was called a bush trip, so... I think I forgot to get fuel again. Oh, dear. Okay. I hope that lasts 15 minutes. Engine starts sputtering, we're just gonna hit the add fuel button. I was supposed to fill up at Black Rock City, completely forgot. The next runway is like actually an asphalt runway, so I feel like pretty reasonable to expect there to be fuel there. Oh dear. I filled up at the other one, so I shouldn't be completely out yet, right? That's not encouraging. I would like some more altitude, please. And we're gonna climb very, very gently. So we're not burning very much fuel. Gosh, I really don't know a good way to save fuel in this aircraft. It might actually just be like shooting myself in the foot by flying slower. To our little crossroad here. I hope this is correct. I sure hope this is right. So, because Google Knows Best is over here, and they were one leg ahead of me, and Sabir is there, and they were also one leg ahead of me, and Con Guy and these folks were several legs ahead, and they're in the other direction. So I don't know what Google's doing. Yes, that was the road that I should have taken. Perfect. All right. It's promising. Very promising. Where's this runway again? Tell you what I don't see on Google is a runway anywhere near where we're coming out. Let's, there's our first body of water, by the way. Let's pop out to the external view again. Yeah, so this road that we are following. Oh, it's 395. It's next to 395. All right. The creek bed peters out, continue on the southwestern path. Far in the distance, two hills a little merged on the horizon with a fair gap between them. Head toward the smaller hill. Dell G7 a few miles southwest. You'll find next stop on your bush trip, Ravendale Airport. Okay. 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 So the dirt road we're following is to our left. I'm kind of more following the creek that comes out south of this. Comes out the south of this lake. It's a little bit easier to follow. That's the dirt road. But the creek is leading us straight there. That's the two hills, I believe. I hope. So Ravendale should be. Yeah. All right. I think it's actually here. Yeah. Okay, so when you get to this lake, if you look in this direction, you'll see these two little volcanic features, tiny little bitty guys here. The runway is on the other side of this smaller hill, like just on the other side of it, near US 395. All right, cool, cool. See, we figured things out. Yep, definitely. Okay, just on the other side of that. I'm so confident, I shall stake my plane on it. This will absolutely be a place where we can get fuel, whether or not it has a fuel pump or not. I'm afraid to look. I'm afraid to look and see if I have any fuel left. The plane's not sputtering yet. Oh, we might actually have enough for this. Just keep flying, just keep flying. Oh gosh. I'm just so paranoid now that that's not correct. No, that's very correct. Very, very correct. Okay. Does that hill have a name? It does not appear to have a name in Google Maps, at least. They have to be some kind of volcanic feature to be just like bits of black rock stuck out of the ground in a dry lake bed, right? I feel like that's volcanic. And I mean, certainly not a far stretch, considering we just flew over a geyser a minute ago. Also, that mountain to the left is Observation Peak. That is definitely a volcano. Okay, sorry. Observation Peak, Spanish Springs Peak. Both of them definitely volcanoes. Old volcanoes. Hopefully not current volcanoes. They both got craters on the top and are surrounded by suspiciously lava-ish features. So, I don't think it's that much of a stretch to say probably volcanoes. And we did just fly over a geyser, so yeah. Oh, Conveniently, even if there's not fuel at this airport, there is a gas station across the street. Oh, that does actually, now that I look at that doesn't look like a gas station. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well, there's a post office. We can always order gas. Oh. Okay. Okay. Everything's fine. We're all good. We're gonna go land on our airport, and you know what? You just go away. I said, go away. Thank you. Just keep it right on our nose. I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried. That looks like some kind of landing strip. No, I think it's just a field with a suspiciously bald spot in the middle of it. Now I'm curious. Alright, so that's right where we're flying out of here. No, but I don't see a landing strip on Google anywhere. Interesting. Yep, no clue. No clue at all. We are drifting off course, though, which is not good when you're somewhat low on fuel. Aim ourselves back towards Little Bitty Mountain. Little Bitty Lava Mountain. And our runway directly on the other side of it. I don't know how far we'll be able to see the runway from. If this goes well, if we're able to see it from a really good distance, we're just going to fly a straight in approach and land on it. Might be it there. That could easily be it. It's in the right spot, and there's another player. Is that? Wait. Wait. Nope, that's something on my screen. Never mind. There's the other players there. I'm like, what's this dot? It's just like a spot of dust on my screen. I don't think we can actually see the... I think that's the airport there. I don't think we can actually see the other player, but they're so close to where we think they're supposed to, that we are supposed to go, so that I assume they are on the same leg that we are. And we did just see them land at the other airport, so they might have just gotten a little bit lost. Because wasn't he was like way out to the right somewhere a little while ago. Yeah, there's Sabir up there. So unless, I guess this leg might just like wrap around, so he could be just really far away. Oh, no, because we're still seeing the blip on this side of that hill. So I think he's just coming into land, actually, which tells me that's our runway. Perfect. Boy, he's on a steep descent, isn't he? I'm rooting for Google. I'm rooting for Google here. Come on, Google. You can do it. Runway. Uh-oh. Okay, no. You can do it, Google. You can do it. I wasn't expecting this episode to have tension. Tension we have. Up, up, up. Come on, you can do it. Going up again. Uh-oh. The overshoot. He appears to have stopped at 52.37 feet with a blip directly over the runway. I would suggest that Google has successfully landed. Let me just check. That airport is apparently at 5,306 feet. So let's just boop our altimeter. Yeah, alright, so that's probably unpaved areas extremely soft when wet. Good to know. We certainly got our confirmation that that's the correct airport. Let's get back in the seat, raise my perspective a little bit, just so we're like right where I prefer. Let's bring the throttle back. Start our descent as we head in for this runway, because we are currently at 8,000. Yeah, we're currently at 8,000 feet. So let's start descending. We've got 3,000 feet to bleed off before we get to that runway. I'm afraid to look at how much fuel I have remaining. Oh, Google's taken off. Bye, Google. Feet on pedals. Seven 7,000 feet. Begin turning toward the runway. One notch of flaps. Keep the nose down. Just gonna fly straight in. We are 1,000 feet above the runway. On course. Slightly above glide slope. No lights to indicate where that glide slope is, but I feel like we're coming in a little bit high. Alright, no, this is starting to feel good. Starting to feel pretty good, actually. 500 feet above the runway. Little right, of course. Feels like we got a little bit of a crosswind from the left. .300 feet above the runway. Correction, 200 feet above the runway. 100. $50. 20, 10, killed throttle. Oh, I think we've touched down already. Oh, that was such a gentle landing, I barely even felt it. Yeah, the tail wheel hasn't touched down yet. There it is. Track the flaps. Oh, we actually did land into the wind here. That was good. Let's keep rolling. Set our trim for takeoff. Got some parking at the end of the runway. I definitely want to park the plane because I'm going to end the recording here, and I don't like to end the recording on the runway if I can avoid it. Especially at a paved airport. It's a lovely paved airport. Why should we sit on the runway when there's parking? Anyone else coming in behind me? Yeah, others is still pretty far. Ooh, truck. Lovely blue truck there. That's a good color. Those coastal trucking colors. They're usually not this far west. They also run Freightliner Cascadias for the most part, not long nose Pete's and Kenworths. All right, parking should be on the left, just up here, beyond this offset threshold. Displaced threshold, that's the word I was looking for. Displaced threshold. Hey, look at that, we got fuel. Alright. Good. Perfect. Heck yes, that was good parking. Leg complete. 26 minutes. That was actually pretty close to the, no wait, no, that was supposed to be like a 15-minute run, I think. Anyway, that's legs 14 and 15 of the Yosemite Bush Trip, which has taken us up into the deserts of Nevada. But thank you all so much for watching. My name's Elio Dare. You can find me on Xbox Live and Twitter at Elio Dare, as well as Steam. If you follow me on those services, you can see when I'm flying and, you know, come say hi. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Comments are awesome. I actually do read them all. I'm still a tiny channel, so leave comments. I reply to most of them. I definitely read them all. And I only delete a few. Have a great day. Oh. Stats! I've done 52 landings. This is thanks to landing challenges where you land, reset, land, reset, land, reset. So that's why I've got so many more landings than takeoffs. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day.